The Starbucks macchiato that you sip judgmentally in your swivel chair, the boss that hired you and saw you fit to work around humans, the heels that click, click, clack hurriedly and followed me around the corporate workspace, which you said was for security measures, that condescending tone that you gave, asking if you could check into a space that I already checked into and I was working there all day, but you failed to ask anyone else. So, what company do you work with? Said in a way that sounded like, so, what company thought it was okay to let your black Muslim body in such close proximity to my white woman privilege? No, I will not over-explain myself or give you my credentials again, being extra careful to use my inside voice so you don't mistake me for an angry black woman, even though I have every right to be an angry black woman. The two extra staff company people that were jumping behind you to normalize your profiling, the people who hear the story and say, ooh, you're making it all about race, the black friend that they'll use as a token to say, oh, we don't see color, the exhaustion and the awkwardness that I'm made to feel in these spaces, the PTSD that I feel the next corporate meeting I attend, the way you've forgotten me already when you've punched out on your way to happy hour. But I've immortalized your racism in this poetry while I ride home on the train. So when I greet my black children at the door, mommy isn't pissed and taking it out on them. Why? Because the world is already taking it out on them. So yeah, forget you, Becky, because your toxicity will not remove me. So excuse me while you get this articulate black woman work and a letter to your corporate office as I stand unapologetically taking up space in places I deserve to be in. So yeah, unfortunately that was a true story. So recently I was asked to be a part of a digital storytelling thing where they sent me to a workshop and kind of chronicalized my life as a fashion designer in the industry, because I have a degree in fashion and I worked in the industry for about 10 years. So I had to tell them about being a black Muslim in fashion. So I went to that corporate space to do that. And then I, talking about, being black and Muslim in fashion, how I had to deal with racism and deal with all this stuff. That was a part of my documentary. And then while I'm there, I had to deal with racism from the secretary of the corporate workspace. I was like, okay, so that was, it's always ongoing, as we know, as black people. So, yeah, so that's that. All right, so, I want to do this piece, and I'm going to dedicate it to the women in the room. So I originally wrote this for one of my mentees who's just a young girl. You ever, as a teaching artist, being around women that do not live up to their potential or don't realize their potential, right? And it's our job, not to mold you into what we want you to be, but to really pull that out of you so you pull out your own greatness, right? So I wrote this for my student just so she could tap it in, and it's called To the Woman That Inspires the World, but she can't move herself. So this is for whoever needs it. So somewhere between not knowing your strength and activating your superpower, you embody the type of fire and brimstone that a phoenix would love to take a bath in. Soak in your ashes and brazen in your feathers, in your gold, your flames, giving you a purpose to rise. But you see dead ends, cul-de-sac confusion, contradicting contractions. Can't win, can't be successful, can't see the worthiness of your own breath. While there are beings relying on your very inhales, while you sluggishly toy with what way to die that you invite to your dinner plans. You are the concrete boulder resting upon your shoulders, the arthritis in your joints, the paralysis creeping up your spine, rendering you incapable of walking towards your dream. You have forbidden dreaming. You are a walking night terror, starving insomniac, afraid of your own brilliance. But what if you make it? What if the universe is not a rotating ball of contempt, plotting against your very downfall, and your success is reachable. And girls like you exist with smiles on their faces. Well, I need you to exist with a smile on your face. Quilt your battle scars into draperies and wear it around your cape, or wear a cape around your neck. Take battle scar wings into flight and pilot your own uprising. Please, defy your own gravity. Write yourself a lullaby and put your mind to rest. Baby girl, cradle those weary bones, held up by chafing spirit. Nurture abandoned posts left for dead. Squeeze a heart beating a murmur's pace. Be your savior, unravel your own noose, and talk yourself off your own ledge. Save that victim inside you. Create your own victory dance. Dance until the sun rises and your feet are too tired to keep up with the rhythm. You walking inspiration, you life changer, you hug made of shoulder to lean on. While you're saving the world, make yourself universe and revolve around yourself with loving arms. So dear woman who rotates this world by just existing, fight your stubbornness, rise up from this earth and move. So this last piece, so there's a saying that says you can't know where you're going until you know where you've come from. So I'm going to give you some lineage.
Come on.
My twin is Moses, bassinet capsizing, drowning, becoming the Nile's princess daughter, a wind gust away from having a father as a father, unwrapped mummy, lost daughter of Bilal, inheriting that voice of a caller. So they buried me in the sands of Medina, baby girl, learning to unravel sand, they unearthed me under the Mason-Dixon in the cotton fields of the South, learning to read illegally the words my daddy scribed. Young toddler of Frederick, Harriet fed me gunpowder pride and sweet milk from her bosom, carved Adinkra symbols on the soles of my feet. The dogs sift my royal scent and sacrifice me to the river. I washed up on the banks of Alabama, missed the bus Rosa was on by a minute. Babylon is a place in a hymn my mother sang about, where men escaped a lyncher's rope, but I couldn't escape. The air filled with dynamite and smoke. They found me in the rubble, one of 4 little girls unrealized and knowing death's purpose all too well. As my father held an AK looking out the window, I can hear his muffled voice to this day. If you